Hello everyone, and welcome back to Old Charles, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of coins, currency, and history. Today, we are going to take a deep dive into the Netherlands 5-cent coin from the year 1980. We'll talk about its history, design, value, and how condition plays a major role in determining its worth. So stay tuned till the end if you want to know whether this coin in your pocket is just 50 cents, or maybe worth much more to collectors. The Netherlands 50-cent coin, also known as 50-cent Nederland, was part of the Dutch guilder currency system, which was used before the euro was introduced in 2002. Back in 1980, the guilder was still the official currency, and 100 cents made up one guilder. The 1980 issue is very interesting because it falls within the reign of Queen Juliana, who ruled from 1948 until she abdicated in April 1980. After her abdication, her daughter, Queen Beatrix, became monarch. So, coins from 1980 can be considered special since they were minted at the very end of Queen Juliana's reign. On the obverse, or front side of the coin, you'll find the portrait of Queen Juliana facing right, along with the inscription Juliana Koningin der Nederlanden, which means Juliana Queen of the Netherlands. On the reverse side, the coin shows the denomination 50C, along with the year 1980, and the Dutch royal crown above it, a symbol of the monarchy and the Dutch nation. This coin was minted in nickel, with a diameter of 22 millimeters and a weight of about 3.5 grams. It was widely used in daily circulation during the late 20th century, especially before the introduction of the euro. Now, let's talk about the value. For most circulated examples of the Netherlands 50-cent coin from 1980, the value is generally low, around its face value or slightly higher, usually between $0.20 to $1 USD in circulated condition. However, for coins in uncirculated or mint condition, the value can go up. Collectors especially look for coins that have sharp details, no scratches, and original luster. Such coins can sell for $3 to $6 USD. In extremely rare cases, coins with errors, such as misstrikes, off-center minting, or double dies, can fetch much higher values, sometimes tens of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Let's break it down. Coins that are scratched, worn out, or have lost their details usually hold only minimal value. These might sell for 20 to 30 cents. Coins that still have visible details but show clear signs of wear can be worth about 50 cents to $1. Coins that were lightly circulated, with most details sharp, can be valued between $1 to $2. These are the gems collectors love. Bright, lustrous coins without any signs of wear can sell for $3 to $6 or even more if graded professionally. Collectors also pay special attention to toning, color changes due to age, as some coins with attractive natural toning may be worth more. Another reason why the 1980 Netherlands 50-cent coin is collectible is its place in Dutch history. It represents the final year of Queen Juliana's reign, marking the end of an era. By 1980, Dutch coins were about to transition to showing Queen Beatrix, so the 1980 Juliana 50 cent is one of the last coins to carry her image. For coin historians and Dutch collectors, that makes it more significant than just another small denomination coin. So, to wrap it up, the Netherlands 50-cent coin from 1980 might not make you instantly rich, but it carries both historical and numismatic value. For collectors, it's a wonderful piece of Dutch history that marks the transition from Queen Juliana to Queen Beatrix. If you have one of these coins, check its condition carefully. If it's uncirculated or has a minting error, it could be worth more than you think. And if you're building a European coin collection, this is definitely a coin you'll want to include. We're going to explore a fascinating piece of Dutch coinage, the Netherlands 50-cent coin from 1980. This isn't just a small coin, it represents an important moment in Dutch history, as it was minted during the last year of Queen Juliana's reign. We'll take a long look at its design, history, circulation, value, and condition so you know exactly what makes this coin special. Let's get started. The story of the Netherlands 50-cent coin begins long before 1980. To understand its importance, we need to step back into Dutch monetary history. For centuries, the Netherlands used the guilder, gulden in Dutch, as its currency. The guilder had been introduced in the 17th century and became one of the most stable currencies in Europe, trusted for trade across the continent. By the 20th century, the guilder was divided into 100 cents, and the 50-cent coin represented half of a guilder. The specific 50-cent coin we are discussing was introduced in 1948, following the accession of Queen Juliana to the Dutch throne. She succeeded her mother, Queen Wilhelmina, after World War II, during a period of rebuilding and modernization for the Netherlands. Her portrait was placed on many Dutch coins as a symbol of continuity and stability. The design of the 50-cent coin remained consistent for decades. On the obverse or front, we see a right-facing portrait of Queen Juliana with the inscription, Juliana Koningin der Nederlanden, which translates to * Juliana, Queen of the Netherlands. This simple but elegant portrait emphasized the dignity and leadership of Juliana, who was known as a down-to-earth and approachable monarch. On the reverse side, the coin displays its value, 50C, along with the year of issue, in this case, 1980. Above the denomination is the Dutch royal crown, a historic emblem of the monarchy. The design is minimal yet powerful, reflecting Dutch traditions of practicality and simplicity. The coin was struck in nickel, making it durable for everyday use. It weighed around 3.5 grams and had a diameter of 22 millimeters. Because of its size and value, it was a common coin in circulation, often used for small purchases like snacks, newspapers, and tram tickets in the 1970s and 1980s. Now, why is the year 1980 so significant? This was a historic year for the Netherlands. On April 30, 1980, Queen Juliana abdicated the throne in favor of her daughter, Queen Beatrix, after ruling for over 3 decades. This marked the end of Juliana's era and the beginning of a new royal chapter. That means the 1980 dated 50-cent coins are the last to feature Juliana's portrait. Later that same year, new coins featuring Queen Beatrix began to circulate. For collectors, this makes the 1980 Juliana 50-cent coin not just a piece of money, but a symbol of transition between two monarchs. It's also important to note that by 1980, the Netherlands was part of a larger conversation about European monetary integration. Just a couple of decades later, in 2002, the guilder would be replaced entirely by the euro. This means that coins like the 1980 50-cent piece are no longer legal tender today, making them a part of history and collectible items for enthusiasts around the world. So in summary, the 1980 Netherlands 50-cent coin captures the final year of Queen Juliana's reign. A design tradition dating back to 1948. A denomination that was once central to Dutch daily life but is now obsolete. A historical moment just before the Netherlands began its path toward the euro. That's why this little coin has such a big story to tell. Now, what about the value? In most cases, these coins are still common. A circulated example usually sells between 20 cents to $1 USD. However, uncirculated examples, those that were never used, can sell between $3 to $6 USD. Rare minting errors, such as off-center strikes or double prints, can be much more valuable, sometimes reaching $20 or more, depending on collector interest. So there you have it, the Netherlands 50-cent coin from 1980. It's not just about face value, it's a piece of Dutch history, marking the final chapter of Queen Juliana's reign and the beginning of Queen Beatrix's era. While it may not make you rich, it's an essential coin for anyone who loves European history or collects world coins. If you have one of these coins, check its condition carefully. You might have a nice collectible in your hands. We'll dive deep into the fascinating Netherlands 50-cent coin from 1980. We'll explore its history, its collectible value, and most importantly, the role condition plays in determining how much your coin is worth. This is one of those coins where condition truly makes the difference, so stick around to the end. The Netherlands 50-cent coin was part of the Dutch guilder system, which existed until 2002 when the euro replaced it. The 1980 issue is historically special because it was the final year of Queen Juliana's reign before she abdicated in favor of her daughter, Queen Beatrix. On the obverse, it carries Juliana's portrait with the inscription Juliana Koningin der Nederlanden. On the reverse, the crown sits above the denomination 50C, and the year 1980, minted in nickel, 22 millimeters in size and weighing 3.5 grams, it was a very common coin for daily purchases in the Netherlands throughout the late 20th century. But today, its true importance lies in its collectible value. In general, most circulated 1980 50-cent coins are worth between 20 cents to $1 USD, while uncirculated examples can range from $3 to $6 USD. Rare mint errors can sometimes go higher. When it comes to coins, condition is king. The same coin, minted in the same year, can vary enormously in value depending on its condition. Collectors use a grading scale to describe condition, and this is how it applies to the 1980 Netherlands 50-cent coin. If you want your 1980 Netherlands 50-cent coin to retain value, never polish or clean it. Instead, store it in a dry, cool place, ideally in a protective capsule. And if you believe you have a high-grade example, consider professional grading. It might increase its market value. So, in summary, the condition of your Netherlands 50-cent 1980 coin determines whether it's just pocket change or a collectible treasure. From worn examples worth only cents, to shiny mint state pieces worth several dollars, condition makes all the difference. This coin is not just a small piece of metal, it's a snapshot of Dutch history, minted during the final year of Queen Juliana's reign. If you own one, check it carefully, compare it with grading standards, and you might be surprised by how valuable it is. Thanks for joining me in today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow collectors. Comment below and let me know, what's the condition of your 1980 Netherlands 50-cent coin? Until next time, happy collecting!